Alright, I just about gotcha. Couple more. Trap is out and get into the trap. Get into the trap, come on. Ah, got him. You know what, kids today, they are lucky. If they want to leave the house and go ghostbusting, they can with apps like Ghostbusters World for Android and iPhone. But back in my day, things were clunkier, like carrying around a Game Boy, or even worse, an LCD game like this one here, released by Micro Games of America. Yeah, today we're taking a look at this classic version of Ghostbusters 2. Hey everybody, Jason here at GhostbustersNews.com as always, and I'm back here with another retro review. And as always, if you'd like to check out our retro reviews 72 hours early before anybody else does, be sure to sign up to our Patreon page. Link is right down below in the description. And as I just said, joining up to our Patreon page, you do get early access to videos like this one, as well as also exclusive videos like our playthrough of Level 1, which is pretty much the entire game of today's feature. Now let me say, first and foremost, as a kid, I owned like every game system: Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, TurboGrafx-16, so on and so forth. If there was a Ghostbusters game released for that system, I owned it. And as a kid, much like an adult, if something gets released that has the Ghostbusters logo on it, I need to own it. So that's why this found its way into my collection all the way back in the year 1990. Ghostbusters 2, released by Micro Games of America. Here's a great shot of the front. Up top here we've got an awkwardly edited image of the No Ghost logo, along with the Ghostbusters 2 title. I mean, does that arm right there look a little thick to anybody? Plus he's also covering up his smaller self right there as well with his hand. It's weird. And taking a quick look down at the very bottom here, you're going to see the controls of the game. You've got your main directional pad. And for your main face buttons, you've got your start and attack, which is that big circular one on the right-hand side. And also you have an ACL button as well, sound and mode buttons. And why do you need a mode button? Because, well, all the modes that are on this game, like 1, which is the game. So I've got my AA batteries in the back here, and I am ready to play. I'm excited. I spent so many long Sundays of my life playing this in the darkest corners of my house for hours on end. As a child, I swear I had friends, guys. But back to the game, here we go. Didn't do anything, 1 second. So many childhood memories just flooding back to me right now. Now guys, you have to admit that actually sounded pretty good. You could distinctly hear that guy scream, "Ghostbusters!" Sounded just like Ray Parker Jr., right? Right? Alright, so as you can see right here, the actual back panel of the game looks like the subway scene from Ghostbusters 2. Of course, you've got the river of slime there. And the gameplay is pretty simplistic here. Above you, you've got the Scoleri brothers, both Tony and Nunzio. For those guys, your goal is simple: just zap them as quickly as you can and rack up your points. As you play the game, on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, you're going to see ghost traps appear. Those ghost traps are your power source, meaning that if you collect those, you're going to get more protons for your proton pack. On the upper right side of the screen, you're also occasionally going to see No Ghost logos. When you collect one of those, you're going to be joined by one of your fellow Ghostbusters on the left-hand side of the screen. Collect 2 of them and all 3 Ghostbusters will come together. Yes, all 3 Ghostbusters will come together, because there's only 3 Ghostbusters, right? It's not like there's another Ghostbuster that we're forgetting about, or this game is forgetting about. That's not possible, right? There are only 3 Ghostbusters, right? Back to the game. Once again, once all 3 Ghostbusters come together, your goal is simple, and that is to bust Vigo the Carpathian. He's going to slowly appear on the top left-hand side of the screen, and you have to strike fast, stick and move, until Vigo eventually disappears, and you beat the level. And then you move on to level 2, which is the exact same thing, because this is once again one of those old-school LCD games. The point of these really is to rack up the highest score and see how long you can actually go for. And as a child, I must say, this certainly held my attention. Heck, as an adult, recording footage for this review, and just playing the game right here as I'm recording, I found myself just playing it for a long time. I mean, like for 15-20 minutes and just losing what I was doing. I just keep playing it and playing it. Seriously guys, I have played a lot of these LCD-based handheld games over the years, especially in the late 80s or early 90s, and this was one of the best. And a quick note, if you're looking to buy one of these, once again from eBay or some third-party sell site, they also release these with a black plastic mold rather than gray, but it's the exact same game. And I would totally recommend adding this into your collection if you are in fact a Ghostbuster collector. I mean, you've got all 3 Ghostbusters. You got the Scoleri brothers, you've got Vigo, the freaking Carpathian. Vigo, how do you feel about being in this game?
My veins spurt white-hot bile and broken glass as I'm forced to look upon you.
Now remember why I don't talk to you that much. And that about does it for today's retro review. As always, if you'd like to check out these reviews 72 hours early before anybody else does, Patreon link right down below in that description. Click it, join our Patreon today. So that's it. That's all. If you don't mind, I'm going to once again find one of the darkest corners of my house. Kind of sit there and play this for a couple of hours. That's my night. I'll see you guys right back here next time on Ghostbusters News.
Go! No one dies tonight. Run for your lives. Alright. No one dies.